Hi, it's Harry White here from Table Tennis Active. Today I'm going to introduce you to session 1. So basically you need a little bit of space, maybe 1 metre by 1.5 metres, something like that, for the first part, for the warm-up, and then you're going to need a bat and a ball for the second part of the session. The warm-up, we're going to focus on getting prepared and really thinking about when we're moving, using the balls of the feet, which is really important. And the second part of the session, we're then going to focus on grip, how to hold the bat, and stance, how to stand. So they're the main parts of the session today. There will be other little bits involved as well. So we look forward to you joining us for session 1. So, welcome to our warm-up. Today we're going to be focusing on a series of different exercises that are really good to prepare us for, again, for table tennis, but also good in their own right and actually good to keep active as well. So one of the things we're going to focus on is really good movement throughout our warm-up, and we're going to focus on using the balls of the feet. Okay, so think about that as sort of a target for us to do throughout the warm-up. So the first exercise I'm going to do is some toe taps. So what I'm looking at on this is I'm going to just step out and tap my toe, okay? But I'm going to go opposite and I'm going to bring in the opposite arm, okay, there, okay? And I'm going to do 10. Head up. Brilliant. Just to start, for us to activate that ball of the foot straight away. The second thing we're going to do is ankle flick. So I'm going to lift up my ankle up and down, okay, opposite, up and down, okay, there. So up and down, up and down. Really good exercise, just again to prepare us. Up and down, up and down, up, 2 more, up and down, up and down. Fantastic. So the next exercise as part of the warm-up is jogging forwards and backwards. I want you to try and focus on keeping your head up and using your arms well, okay? So we're just going to jog forwards a few steps and back, okay? Head up. Good. Using the balls of the feet. Brilliant. Head up and back. Fantastic. Doing very well. The next exercise is small skips, okay, on the spot. This is a really good exercise, skipping, for again looking at that opposite arm, opposite leg movement, okay, and I'm going to use the balls of the feet again. So I'm just going up there, okay, on the balls of the feet, nice joint alignment, really good. I really enjoy this exercise. Keep going. Brilliant, really enjoyable and great to prepare us, and a little bit of a challenge well to make sure we're getting that opposite drive. Okay, the next exercise, brilliant for table tennis, which we can perfect, is sidestepping. So what I'm going to look to do on this one, on the balls of the feet again, I'm going to bend my knees a little bit here and try and look up as I'm doing it, pushing off the outside leg, just a couple of steps in there. Okay, nice and controlled. Okay, then I'm going to do 10 of those. Keep your head up. Brilliant. Fantastic. So you can hear by the noise, I'm using the balls of the feet. I'm in control, I'm not rushing it, but I'm making that movement quality and efficient. And that's something that we want to make sure that we're doing, because that will help us when we get to try and play table tennis later on. The next one we're going to do is a stretch, and we're going to do a lunge, okay? So we're going to step forward, okay, and we're going to lunge in there, okay, and then we're going to stay on that leg, okay? So we're going to do another 3. Keep that knee behind, okay, brilliant. Head up as well, sink those hips down. We're going to do 4 on the other side now, okay, there. Keep that joint alignment, head up, and we're going to do 4. I like to count down, 3, 2 and 1. Brilliant. Doing well. So the next stretch we're going to do is a walking hamstring. So what I do, joint alignment again, I put my heel down, I point my toe up, and then I lean down at the hips, just feel it in the back of my leg, and then I come forward a little bit, okay? So we keep it dynamic, we keep moving, okay? And do one more there, fantastic. And then I'm gonna go backwards, okay? Just nice and under control. Brilliant, I love this stretch. I like to try and do this every day. Very, very good to loosen, get those hamstrings more flexible, which is really, really important. The next exercise is just a leg raise, but I'm going to still continue that opposite arm drive, okay? So I'm just bringing the leg up and in front, but I'm using that opposite arm, and I just put a couple of steps in between. Brilliant. Fantastic. You should be starting to get warm now. Very, very good in preparation for what we're doing, which is table tennis skills, but also good exercise anyway. A short burst of exercise, really, really good for us. Next, we're going to just do some two-footed jumps. So on this, feet about shoulder width apart. I'm going to bend my knees, working on the balls of the feet again, and just adding 10. And then I'm going to take a short break. And then I'm going to go for 10 again. Slight bend in the knee, nice soft landing. Brilliant. Just an interesting fact, I know I keep talking about using the balls of the feet, but an interesting fact about why we should use the balls of the feet is that when we use the balls of the feet, the energy goes through our muscles, okay, which is what's supposed to happen. As opposed to the heel, the energy goes more through your joints, which isn't as good. So that's just a little interesting fact about why I'm asking you to use the balls of the feet. Also, what's important is our arm movements, okay? So we're talking about hip to lip in what we're doing. Okay, to improve that quality of movement, we can speed it up, okay, hip to lip or slower. And I want you to just remember that, okay? So I'm going opposite arm, opposite leg in what I'm doing, not across, hip to lip, not across the zip. So the next move we're going to do, which I would really like if you could learn and perfect this over the next few days, is a dead leg run. So what I'm doing is I'm just lifting every 3 onto that leg, just up, and then I'm going to change legs, okay? Keeping that head up and keeping those arms moving well. Fantastic, that's a dead leg, okay? Very, very good exercise again to help us develop that opposite arm, opposite leg movement, which is very, very important. So the last one we're going to do as part of the warm-up is fast feet, okay, which is really good, very enjoyable, good little bit of intensity now towards the end of the warm-up as well. And I'm going to do it on the spot, and what I'm looking for with this is balls of the feet and quick arms, head up, not a lot of noise, and I'm just going to do it for a short burst of 10 seconds. Then take a short break and then another 10 seconds to finish the warm-up, okay? So if we're ready to go, so I'm going to do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And take a break, take some breaths. Very, very good. This last set I'm going to do sideways so you can see my arms, and I'm going to go again. I'm going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, keep going, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And well done. We have completed the warm-up. So you are prepared now to move on to our next part, which is grip and stance. Well done. So now we're going to focus on 2 things. We're going to focus on our grip and our stance. And for this part of the session, you will need a table tennis bat and a ball, and then we've got some other little activities that we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to look at is the grip. So very, very important. we're going to go for a shake hands grip. So I'm going to get the bat, hold my hand out as if I'm shaking someone's hand and lower it in. And then what I'm looking for here is one finger and a thumb there, so finger on there, thumb, and 3 below, okay, called a shake hands grip, okay. Quite a relaxed grip, but not so relaxed that the bat's going to fly out of your hand. So remember that shake hands grip, okay. The second thing we're going to look at is stance. Now, in the warm-up, we already did some sidestepping, and that's helpful because our stance, what we're going to do is we're going to bend our knees and get in that position quite low, and I'm going to hold the bat in front and in the middle there, okay? So that is my ready position. I'm on the balls of the feet again, and I'm ready to react and move, okay, from that position, okay? So when you play, that's important that we're ready and standing in that position quite low. Try and remember that, okay? With just probably about a little bit more than shoulder width apart, okay? So that's your ready position or stance. So remember those two things, very, very important. We're going to do some little skills with the bat and the ball now that are really helpful and enjoyable and help us get a feel for the ball and improve our skills. So the first one we're going to do is a forehand balance. And just a little thing, if you are not quite sure, forehand and backhand, the way you can remember is the thumb side is your forehand and the finger side is your backhand, okay? So we're going to start off with some forehand balances, okay? So what I'm going to do is I've got my ball, I'm going to get my bat around waist height, maybe a little bit higher and in front, and I'm just going to get the ball on, and then I'm going to try balancing the ball there, okay? And I'd always start with challenging myself by going for 5 seconds, okay? So that's your first target. Try and get it on 5. If you get 5, then I'd recommend going for 10, okay? Other little things you can challenge yourself. If you're getting more than 10, then maybe try and increase. So just the main thing is that you're challenging yourself, but maybe just try and look up a little bit. So I'm looking up there, but keeping the ball on the bat there, okay? So that is a forehand balance, okay? And that's one of the skills that I really want you to try and work on and get that control with it, okay? But challenge yourself, 5 seconds. Once you get 5 seconds, can you do 10? And so on. That's what it's about. Keep challenging yourself, very, very important. The next skill we're going to do is a backhand. So as I've said, to remember, the backhand is the finger side. Okay, again, I'm going to balance. I'm going to try and engage that ready position as well, because that helps me be active and move around. And again, I'm going for that 5 seconds. If I can get the 5 seconds, I can go for 10 and so on. But I really want you to spend a few minutes working on that and just trying to bring that control in there. Definitely try and aim for that 10 seconds. Okay, so that's the next skill, a backhand balance. So make sure you practice those over the next couple of days. Make sure you engage that ready position and you've got that grip. Very, very important. The next skill, one of my absolute favourites, I love this, okay, and like to practice, certainly during lockdown I've been practicing this a lot, is keepy ups. So we're going to go to our forehand and I'm going to look for 5 again, 10, and then I'm going to challenge myself. So with the keepy up, again, I like to engage my ready position, okay, so I'm ready and I'm just keeping that ball up under control, okay. Obviously I've practiced it a lot, so I've got the consistency. Can I maybe just control it by bringing it down a little bit to challenge myself, or maybe some higher bounces there, okay. Look, I'm on my toes, I'm still in that ready position and I'm moving around, okay. Brilliant skill and something that you can practice on your own, okay, and challenge yourself again. How many can you do? If you get 10, go 15 and so on, okay. So I'd love to hear how people are getting on with that. We're obviously now going to move that onto the backhand keepy ups. So again, finger side this time, engage that ready position, okay, and now I'm looking for the backhand. Some people find this one a little bit more tricky. Okay, I normally keep it around waist height and just in front where I can keep my eye on it, but I might look forward, okay? Again, if I want to challenge myself, look forward, but keep that ball. And again, I could experiment with some low ones, so I get consistent with that, and maybe a few higher ones, okay? And look to be in that ready position so I can move around and keep that ball going. So backhand keepy ups, fantastic, you're doing very, very well. Again, like I say, try and practice these in your own time over the next few days and try and improve. Set yourself little challenges is very, very important. So the last skill that we're going to do today is, it's called a drop, hit, catch, and I'm going to start to now look at the stance and how I stand for a forehand and how I would stand for a backhand, which should help for you if you've got one of the retractable nets or access to a table and you can get on there, because this session is very, very good to prepare you for that. I'd always recommend doing this before you can get on a table if you can do that. So I'm going to do a drop, hit against the wall and catch, okay? And I'm going to start off with my forehand. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is a drop, and I'm going to let it bounce. And what I'm going to do is hold my arm straight out for the drop, and I'm going to drop and it's going to bounce there, okay? And then I'm looking to play a forehand up against the wall and then catch it again. So drop, hit, catch. So the stance for this, I'm going up against the wall there, is off the forehand is slightly to the side, okay? So you'll see the difference between the backhand in a minute. I'm not square, I'm slightly to the side. I'm going to hold the ball out to the side. I'm going to drop, hit and catch, okay? So lock again, drop, hit and catch. So once I'm hitting that, I'm then actively in the ready position, ready to react, because it won't always come exactly where I want it, and it's important that I react. So I'm going to drop, hit and catch, okay there. Again, ready, up sideways on, drop, hit and catch. Control, I'm going to do one more. Drop, hit and catch. Brilliant. Okay, so stance for the forehand slightly to the side. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing with the backhand. Okay, so it's a drop, hit and catch. But with the backhand this time, I'm going to stand square, facing where I want the ball to go. I'm going to still get in my ready position nice and low. The drop is straight out in front, okay? So if you watch, I'm going to drop, hit, ready and catch, okay? If you notice when I hit, I keep my bat up here, which is important to receive and catch the ball, okay? That's important when we play, because we need to recover with the bat up there, okay? So I'm going to drop, hit and ready and catch, okay? Just going to do 3 more. I love this type of skill. I've not had access to a table during this time, so this type of activity has really helped me there, okay? Just one on the tile there, but that's fine, and we're gonna continue and finish off there, okay? So drop, hit, catch. If you've got somebody to work with, which I hope you have, because we're aiming this at families, there is an alternative way. If you work with someone else and they can feed the ball into you, so they would throw the ball in with a bounce and then you hit back to them and they catch. So it's a slight variation if you're working with someone else, but both are absolutely fine. So well done, you've now completed the session, and I want you to really try and remember those 2 key elements, which are grip, okay, shake hands, grip, and stance, how to stand. So, well done on completing session 1. I'm really, really glad you were able to join us, and hopefully you enjoyed the session and you learnt a few things. So we're going to be releasing session 2 later on in the week, so please stay tuned and look out for that. In session 2 we're going to recap some of the skills that we've done in this session, but we're also then going to move it on. We're going to look at more alternate keepy-ups, and also we're going to look at some wall table tennis where we look at alternate forehand and backhand and how we stand and move for that, amongst a few other fun things as part of the session. So please, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel and like the session, and also share the session. That would be absolutely wonderful. But thank you, well done, and we'll see you again for session 2.